Tory activists lose faith in Theresa May over her Chequers plan. By Jason Groves for the Daily Mail. Tory activists are losing faith in Theresa May over her Chequers plan, a survey revealed yesterday. The monthly poll of grassroots activists for the Conservative Home website found the proportion who want the Prime Minister to resign immediately has more than doubled since the Brexit compromise was adopted. In June, just 21% of Tory activists responding to the survey said Mrs. May should quit immediately. But the figure hit 45% at the end of last month, with a further 36% urging her to go before the next election. Just 17.3% back Mrs. May in her ambition to stay on and lead the party at the poll in 2022. In a separate finding, the survey revealed that the proportion of activists who believe the party is on course to win a majority at the next election has fallen by almost half since the Chequers plan was unveiled. In June, some 45% of activists suggested the Tories were on course to secure a majority. But the latest poll showed the figure had slumped to just 26.5%. Paul Goodman, a former Tory MP who edits Conservative Home, described the findings as abysmal and said they suggested Mrs. May had no room to make further compromises on Brexit. Some will blame the new Chequers policy and white paper, he said. Others will point a finger at divisions and resignations. Others still will blame both. In a sense, it scarcely matters. These results are so abysmal that the Prime Minister's only hope of turning them round is either to somehow get a Brexit deal through the Commons, and see it received well by voters, or to fail to agree a deal with the EU and make a success of no deal. There don't seem to be any other options, certainly not in time for party conference. She surely could not survive a switch to backing European Economic Area, which involves belonging to the single market. It emerged yesterday that Tory High Command is to tone down Mrs. May's pledge to tackle burning injustices in society. Speaking on the steps of No 10 after taking office in July 2016, the new Prime Minister vowed to make Britain a country that works for everyone by tackling issues such as racial disadvantage, mental health and the housing crisis. But one senior Tory source said the rhetoric had backfired by focusing on issues where Labour is perceived as strong. People don't trust the Tory party to deliver on this. Polls showed that when they mention burning injustices and which party is best to sort it out, Labour wins hands down, they said. Another source played down the switch yesterday, saying the change in rhetoric would make no difference to the government's commitment to tackle the issues. We may refer to the housing market as broken rather than an example of a burning injustice, but we are still determined to tackle it, the source said.